And the clinic! Somebody needs to get healed.
Somebody got shot trying to get into the clinic.
It's just an auto doc.
Is there not actually a doctor in here? Oh, no, there is.
Hey, yeah.
And he's drinking. That is exactly what I want to see when I walk into the doctor's office.
Hey, don't poke me.
Bouncy ball.
Bouncy ball. Bouncy ball.
You're putting divots in it.
Ah! I'm sorry.
Buffy ball.
Hello, lady.
You knew? Well, whatever. I imagine Jim already gave you that dick-swaggering welcome to the town speech.
Yes, he did.
Don't cause trouble, etc., etc.
And we haven't killed anybody yet, as far as you know.
So what's your story?
Nothing special. I'm from California. I joined the military in hopes of being a ranger.
How'd that work out for you?
I washed out, then I deserted, then I ended up in a cell. Didn't spend too much time in there. They were probably gonna hang me, but Jim stepped in. Got my record expunged. Somehow.
Wonder how he did that.
At first, I kind of figured he just did it looking for a reward from a pretty inmate. But turns out he was looking for a trained gunman. Whatever. Deputy Rourke suits me just fine.
Who's the guy in the cell?
The bum sitting in the drunk tank was losing at cards the other night. He called the guy for cheating, then stabbed him in the throat. I imagine Jim'll take him out back and plug him in the back of the head pretty soon.
You want me to
And
do
then
it?
spend the rest of the day bitching about wasting ammo.
Wait, what?
Hell, you could blow him away right now if you wanted. Random act of violence is just a little less paperwork for me to fill out.
But wait.
Don't actually shoot him, please. They would probably make me hose down the cell and strip the carpeting.
Didn't that guy that we just talked to say that no one minds when he murders people in cards? Why is this guy incarcerated?
Because the other guy shoots people, this guy stabbed someone in the neck, so they had to pay a carpet cleaner.
Bullets make a mess too, Zach.
You have less of a mess. Especially if you chase him outside with a gun first and then shoot him.
Murder's not illegal, but dirtying the carpet is.
Yes, he chases them outside and then shoots them, just like how that guy killed the old man. He had to chase him outside first.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a hard enough time not wasting those scumbags as is. Every time some unwashed outlaw cocksucker comes onto me, my trigger finger gets itchier.
You should just try killing him.
A lot of these people around here don't seem to respect women.
They seem to be pretty shitty people in general. Seems like you guys play kind of fast and loose with the law.
I'm better at frontier justice than actual law upbringing. When Jim hired me on, I kind of figured that's what he had in mind. Turns out, he's just a corrupt hick, lining his pockets instead of doing his job.
Yeah, sounds like it.
We got a guy who pimps out junkies across the way, a slave trader a couple of yards away from the whorehouse, and a back alley dentist for medical. I'd just as soon paste the whole lot of them, but whatever. Sometimes we get a crazy in the saloon that I can shoot. That's always fun.
Yay! Sounds like it might be better for everyone if Jim were out of the picture.
What, like murder him?
No, don't say the M word.
I wouldn't shed any tears, but that ain't how it works here. Maybe around Vegas, sure. But not here.
No political assassinations?
This is still technically NCR territory, which means that they would appoint a new sheriff. No promotion for me. That's for damn sure.
Hi there, drunk man. You're gonna die soon.
But we just came from the whorehouse. We didn't actually sleep with the whore, but we went there and you can't.
Yeah, because we're free.
Not being incarcerated is awesome.
Yeah. Shotgun. Note. I'd like to preface this by saying I am not remorseful in the least, nor do I feel what I did was in the wrong. Around 8:30 p.m. last Sunday, 2 men entered town with 3 individuals in slave collars. One of the captives was a young child. I asked the now deceased individuals what they thought they were doing. They informed me, point blank, that they were transporting slaves to be sold. I ordered them to surrender their arms and release their captives, citing the illegal status of slavery in the NCR. It is still legal, right, Jim? Or did they repeal that when I wasn't looking? The slavers refused and drew their weapons. I fired one barrel for each of the slavers, releasing their captives after confirming that both slavers were dead. Oh, that was from Deputy Samantha Rourke.
Good job, Deputy! Where's the sheriff, and why aren't they at the sheriff house?
And also, these must be the slavers.
Get the fuck away from the merchandise before I clap you in irons and throw you in the pen with the rest.
I'd like to see you try.
Notice on the current stock, there's an adult male they're asking 300 caps for, an adult female who is apparently not a virgin, so 700 caps is the offer, and a ghoul male open to negotiation, whatever.
Cool, how do I buy these slaves?
I don't think he's going to sell them to you. You're not a reputable buyer.
God, that's all rigged with explosives. They really don't want you going that way. Why would the Brotherhood of Steel have slaves, though?
I don't know. Let's inquire.
Yikes.
Looks like they keep slaves inside, too.
Yeah, and they were using them as target practice for their flamethrower.
Jeez.
Yeah, see? You don't want to do that inside. It makes such a smell. Why do you have a Brotherhood of Steel flag? I realize the Brotherhood of Steel is kind of fucked up, but they're not this fucked up.
You're bothering me. I trust there's a reason, or I'll have you collared and caged.
Who are you?
Elder Green. This is my chapter, and you will recognize the authority that gives me.
No, I won't.
Address me properly, or I'll have you dragged downstairs and burned alive. The charred bones of the last one are still there if you doubt me.
We saw.
Yeah, I saw that already. So, Green Dick, what about your men? They part of the Brotherhood too?
Local conscripts. As long as they can hit what they aim at, obey me without question, and further my goals, they're acceptable. One of the few perks of dealing with savages. Their loyalty is easily bought.
What are you doing here?
The NCR is an abomination, and I will have it burned to ash at my feet. To that end, I enjoy operating in their territory while they can do nothing. The NCR cannot touch us here. They would be wiped away, and they know it.
Why do you have a little girl tied up over there?
There isn't any little girl here. What are you talking about? Oh, wait. Were you referring to the one cowering in the corner there?
Yeah!
I'm not sure how you made that mistake. Clearly this one has a collar around its neck, which denotes it as property.
Oh, my mistake, sorry.
The bright red blinking light also serves to make the distinction abundantly clear, but I'll assume you're simply blind as well as stupid.
We overlooked it.
Do you have any relationship with Hidden Valley? I'm guessing no.
They're cowards and traitors. Once I've amassed a large enough fighting force, I'll have them all executed, as they deserve.
Well, they're all dead, so, you know. What does slave trading have to do with Brotherhood?
I've been cut off from the resources of the Brotherhood proper. Without access to their weapons and resources, I've had to improvise. There's a very large profit to be made of selling these savages like dogs. As backwards and stunted as they are, it may be an improvement.
I should go.
Good. Leave.
I don't want to actually do any work for this guy.
Fair enough. We might come back later and see if there's any way to trade for that capture's freedom. But,
I probably should ask about that, but I really don't want to do any work for this guy.
I know who you are, Courier. I'm not surprised you wish to serve. To survive some of the things you've survived, you must have some level of intellect.
You can't hear it, but I'm rolling my eyes right now.
If you'd like to prove your worth, begin by retrieving something for me.
What?
I have intel on a bunker by the side of the Colorado River. A pre-war research facility. I have reason to believe they were developing a plague. I could use their work to cleanse this place.
Nope!
Think of it. The NCR, choking and dying, unable to fight it off.
You are just a cartoonish villain!
Bring me their documentation and you shall be rewarded. Fail, and I'll have you nailed to the side of the cliffs.
Once you have this bioweapon, then what?
What do you think? I'll use it. The NCR, the Legion. I will stand upon the rubble of this country and rebuild it as I see fit. The Brotherhood would never sanction such an attack. They wouldn't even find a use for something so simple, low-tech, as it were. But that's why they're dying out, isn't it? This nation is plagued by ridiculous groups clinging to their archaic orders and philosophies. And that's why they'll all burn, while I watch. and laugh.
For retrieving a bioweapon for you, which she will use to annihilate entire societies, what do we get out of the deal? You're not going to tell us? Oh yeah, we'll get right on this.
Yeah, I'll totally do that.
What the hell?
Dance for me, green dick!
Bad news.
What do we got? Just to clarify, slave pen key.
Mr. Green, firstly, I offer my sincerest apologies regarding the last shipment. I assure you it won't happen again. Be that as it may, I feel it necessary to point out that, in your request, you at no point specified that the dark-haired girl must be virginal. If that's something you require, I can easily oblige, but I must remind you that most of my stock comes from sexual backgrounds. Bearing this in mind, I'm afraid I must inform you that, given the relative scarcity of this trait, I will require additional funds. I mean, virgins ain't cheap. If we can agree to these terms, I'd be overjoyed to continue the business with you. I'm an optimistic man, so with that in mind, here is my current stock. Any of these can be ready to move at a moment's notice.
Can we not read all these?
Ahem. I got a girl here, got this one here, got this girl, this one she was a prostitute, this one was, none of them are virgins, right? Like a lot of girls, right? Let me know if any of these girls strike your fancy. Otherwise, whatever. My name's Roy Sullivan. I hope no one murders me.
Wow.
What's that? Roy Sullivan trades in slaves? This is the first I've heard of this.
This is the first time I've heard this.
Nobody minds that we killed those slavers, even the slaver.
Delivery.
For us? Oh.
Who's it from?
The NCR. It's much more urgent than whatever you're doing here, I assure you.
I mean, I'm not doing anything
Have
here.
a pleasant day.
Please report to the Office of Mojave Affairs in a building outside McCarran Walls at your earliest convenience. I look forward to meeting you, Sawyer.
Sure, after we deliver our package.
Yeah.
You got something you want to say?
What's your story?
I happen to be the fastest pistol on this side of the Colorado, motherfucker.
Really?
And before you tell me to stop telling bullshit stories, let me stop you right there. I wasn't born a gunslinging badass. I'm trained. And not in some bitch-ass army outfit. No. I was trained by my uncle, Martin fucking Forrester himself. Oh yeah.
I don't know who that is, so...
Well, I guess maybe you lived under a fucking rock then? What are you, some kind of pansy-ass vaulter?
Maybe.
Uncle Marty was the baddest outlaw to ever make a stand against the NCR. He took any goddamn thing he wanted and wasted anyone who got in his way.
That sounds like a real dick.
I hear old Kimball still pisses himself when he hears my family name.
I'm not a pussy-ass vaulter.
I'm the motherfucking mailman, bitch.
If you're so proud of your outlaw uncle, how'd your bitch ass wind up in the NCR?
Hey, I don't do shit for the Republic, motherfucker. I'm a certified deputy, but I ain't doing anything for those cocksuckers. You can ask Jim. This town might have that fucking bear flag, but we make our own laws here. Hell, half these guys here got outstanding warrants. I don't give a fuck. As long as they respect my badge, they can keep breathing. And if not, I can teach them to respect this 4570 here.
You have a revolver, and that is different from a pistol.
Howdy, stranger. I can't say I've ever seen your face around these parts before. Welcome to New Rockwell. Sheriff Jim Farrar. Pleasure to meet you.
I imagined your voice to be a bit more douchebaggy.
Since it's your first time here, let me lay out the rules. Don't want no misunderstandings now, do we?
We've already murdered 3 people, I'm sorry.
First off, this here town is a proud part of the NCR. Best keep it to yourself if you're opposed to that notion. And secondly, absolutely no vigilante executions. No exceptions.
No, really?
I don't care if you head into the saloon and you see Billy the baby rapist wanted for 1,000,000 caps sitting up in there. You leave him be.
Okay.
You got to draw iron on someone. You two can take it out of my town now, yeah?
There have been 10 vigilante killings in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, been a couple of those. Who are those guys with the energy weapons? He said, knowing full well he had murdered them already.
They call themselves the Paladins, and they're apparently a rogue breakaway faction from that Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, you forgot word.
Don't bother me none. As long as you ain't Legion, everyone is welcome in New Rockwell. Yes, sir.
Could you call them outcasts?
They seem like slavers.
They seemed like slavers.
They are slavers.
They were slavers.
Yes, you're not the first to point that out. I assure you, slavers are not allowed to operate on NCR soil. I won't bore you with the details, but suffice to say that if they were slavers, we would be obligated to detain them. That we're not detaining them should be sufficient proof that whatever they're doing is totally benign.
Oh, that's circular logic.
You can tell they're not slavers because I call them something more than slavers. We call them human captors.
Makes it sound Latin.
That means it's fancy and not nefarious.
Oh, so how much are they paying you to look the other way?
They aren't paying me, goddammit. If I could toss them on their asses, I would. Anything I do to try and get rid of them will ruin the whole town, understand?
Uh-huh.
Wait, what?
This town was just about dried up when the old sheriff got his throat cut. They shipped me off here just to finish watching it die. Just to spite those jerk-offs for wasting my time and energy on this, I resolved that New Rockwell wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
I figured, hell, at the very least, this spot could be a nice little pleasure town. And yeah, that meant being lenient with my duties. I don't care what crimes people have committed in other places. They can behave themselves here, we don't have a problem.
I admire your dogged determination to stick it to your superiors, as well as your mustache.
But then this shithouse slaver gang rolled in, all of them brandishing their fancy laser guns and plasma detonators, and what am I supposed to do? I have 2 deputies. 2. What the hell are we supposed to do? We can't beat them, not without goddamn heavy artillery. Should I call home and ask for reinforcements? That'd go over well. They'd sleep in here and arrest or kill every living thing. My hands are fucking tied, so take your sanctimonious bullshit somewhere else. I didn't ask for Green or his people.
I don't know, whatever. I got a package for you.
What? Oh, yes, I'll just take that off your hands. Much appreciated.
There you go. Sheriff and an outlaw standing right next to each other. Man, just shows that we can all get along in this world, doesn't it?
I suppose so. You know, I think you'd look better if you traded hats. I think his goes better with yours.
Yeah, I kind of think... Actually, they probably traded hats before we showed up. And then they were like, oh shit, someone's coming. All right, just act natural. We'll trade hats back once they leave.
So anyway, about your hat.
I really like it, but I think your head might be too small. Why are you looking at me like that?
Yup, you look better with each other's hats on. Style is important in this town.
We gotta make sure that we're adhering to the laws of fashion.
Those are the only laws in my town.
What is there to do in town?
Well, let's see. There's a saloon over there, plenty to drink, and they even have an air conditioning system rigged up. There's a whorehouse across the way.
Yeah?
Can't attest to the quality, mind you. I am a married man, and I take that commitment seriously.
I give it a 3.
Other than that, we got food, a general store, and a clinic. And I suppose the gun store is still technically open.
Yeah, the robot runs it.
Oh, and there are mine shafts dotted around the town. You stay away from those now. Ain't
Why?
nothing good gonna come from fucking around down there.
Why not?
Is it a health hazard if we try to go in there? No, don't worry, we already made the canary joke.
Hey, I got the mining lamp. If I ask if you have any work for me, will you have me fetch a deadly neurotoxin that you plan on unleashing on the people of the NCR?
Well, our town chef is terrified of soap, so I suppose we could use a new permanent replacement. Although, I don't think the current one would actually be willing to leave. Probably have to kill him.
Okay.
You know what? Scratch the whole idea. No, I'm afraid the New Rockwell Sheriff's Office doesn't have any work for you.
You're not allowed to kill anybody in this town, except maybe that chef, because I don't like how he cooks.
He smells pretty bad, so I think that might be grounds for murder.
I have a very ill-defined set of morals.
My book of the law is really only, well, it's less of a book and more of a pamphlet, or one of those free mailers that you get.
My book of rules is that little hand thing where you go left, right, you open up little flaps, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the cootie catchers!
Yeah, I got them cootie catchers, you know. You go left, right, you open up one of the flaps, says, kill this person. I go, okay, I never disobey a cootie catcher.
I prefer my book of the law to be the magic 8-ball. Only it's one of the satanic ones that says, do what thou will is the host of the law.
That's all it says on every side?
Yes, everyone. It's kind of hard to read because of small text. Fuck you.
You stepped on a bear trap to grab
Yes, I
that.
did.
Trying to steal my pillow, huh? How's that fucking bear trap feel? If I see anyone limping around with a bloody leg, I'll kill you.
I wasn't trying to steal your pillow, but now I'm gonna.